Bueno, bueno, bueno. Hola. Tanya Lee. I'm an intuitive psychic spiritual counselor, physical medium, remote viewer, automatic writer, shadow worker, inner child worker, and angelic healer. God, I drew a blank. Hello, 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 hello. So everybody went back to the grind today, right? Everybody's back to work. There we go. Sorry. Almost got disconnected there. So how is everyone doing? Hello, hello. Beautiful day, beautiful night. It's been a sucky day for me. Today is my husband's 3rd birthday in heaven. So I've been boo-hooing all day, but I said, you know what? I need to get online. I need to shake this shit. And let's just, right? So what better people to come to but you guys, right? So let me get the music started. And if you guys go ahead and share out, do your thing, and I'll do mine. And we shall get this party started. Get the party started. Yay, yay, yay. Hello, hello, how is ya? We got, hello Diana, hello Maria, hey Casey. What else we got here? Tanya, Jeannie, Julie, Jo Renee, Julie, Rebecca. So nice to have you guys here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Talita. Yeah, it sucks, you know. I just miss him so much. But, I mean, I'm blessed. I get to talk with them and have them around me. But it's days like today where you just want to hug them and... Oh.
Hi, guys.
I was wondering, why is it not making no noise? Got our speaker going. Hello, Wanda. We're doing 20. We're doing 20. $20 mini reads. We shall see, my dear. guys can do your shares, please. Why, Nina? Is that the only reason you're going to stay here? Is if they're free? Is that what you're asking? Hey, if they're free, I'll stay. If not, I'm out of here. No, I do draw for people that I'm drawn to, but people can donate as well. Here we go, right here. Doesn't sound as good as my phone, I don't think. I don't like it as much as I like my phone. I want a sad life, I can puke on it. I want a sad life so I can puke on it? I'm sorry, I don't really understand that much. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. My phone does better. See, then that sounds so much better than that speaker. Oh, hi-yo, hi-yo. Remember, sharing is caring and caring is kind. This right here is a song. It's a Native American song talking about the sky world. The sky world is heaven. What you guys would consider heaven. It's a sky world. Talking about come together and pray as one for the people that are in the sky world. Very nice. Oh, you do it to like 4 public places. Let's put our minds together as one. I'm going to pull out love tonight. We're going to do love and butterflies. I got 2 love decks out. I've got a relationship deck out and just a altogether love one. And then of course my angels. For anybody that would like to donate, feel free. $20 to get you a good size mini reading from me. My mini readings are not really mini though, are they? They're detailed. Hello, Miss Brenda. Bueno, bueno, bueno. Um, let's go ahead and get our prayer on so we can get started. Ah. Where's my shirt? Sorry. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and pray, okay, guys? I'd like to ask the four archangels to please step forward and help give a white light of protection. Michael from the south, Ariel to the north, Gabriel to the east, and Raphael to the west. Our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the kingdom and glory forever and ever. Amen. As a God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters, please step forth and help deliver messages of light and love. I ask that all messages be for the greatest and highest good. And Mr. Michael, if any spirit steps in, that it please be for the greatest and highest good, and for somebody that is with us in our circle, that the spirit leave the same way they came, and that they leave no physical imprints. I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right. There we go. And I got Scully with us. I got Scully. Yay. All right. Guys, please share. Sharing is caring, and caring is kind. I will pick people that I'm drawn to. Okay, and then if you would like to donate, you can, and I'll be happy to read for you. My mini readings are in depth, so you're probably not doing it to a public group. It needs to go to a public group. Just FYI, guys, you can't write paragraphs. We can't read them. Okay, it just goes too fast. Okay, so not to be mean, but when y'all write like this big a big paragraph, we just can't read. I just can't read it. Yes, Scully is so cool. Scully's got a portal, lots of fractals in there, lots of rainbows. So far, the visions I'm seeing in here is children playing, so it's kind of different, that's for sure. But it's that's what I see so far, is just children playing. But every reading, I've been looking into it, so something else will pop up. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be public for you to get the share badge. That's the only way the share badge works. All right, so let's go. Guys, go ahead and give me an emoji. I just want an emoji. Unless, of course, you've donated, please let my team know. I've got some angels down there. And they will let me know. Hey, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you for joining, too. All right. Just emojis. Okay, I did get a donation, so I'll get to you in just a second. Let me pick someone from the crowd. Tina. Feel like butterflies for you, my dear. Butterflies. Always let Spirit tell me which deck. You're stronger than you know. Okay, so let me tap you for a second here. Okay, so we've been feeling kind of defeated lately. What you're working on, it doesn't seem like you're gaining ground. This card is trying to show you, or they're relaying to me for you not to give up, that you're doing fine. But you got to remember, anything worth having is going to it's always going to be hard, right? It's not going to be something that you can accomplish just like that. It just doesn't work like that, okay? So just stick with it and you're going to do fine. Even though we feel like we're going to break, we're not going to. It's when we feel like, oh shit, man, I'm just going to break, is when you're just about there, okay? So just hang tight. Talita, te amo también, amiga. Muchas gracias, Talita. Patience, my love, patience. Patience is so key, and it's like one of the hardest things to do, right? And because we want things now. We live in a world where we just get everything right now. But actually, anything that's gotten quickly, you'll lose just as quickly. So nothing worthwhile will stay if you get it quickly. So remember that, okay? So when it feels like it's taken forever to get there, that means it's going to be yours for the long haul, okay? And not only do you need patience for other people, but you need a lot of patience for yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. If you can't just focus on what's negative there. You need to pat yourself on the back and, mention the positive things and look at the bright things that you're doing. And that's how you, build yourself up. It says you're able to let the universal energy transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. That's patience, right? We just know that it's going to happen, and we're going to trust, and we're just going to be chill about it. All right, Crystal made a donation, so let me, Crystal, please let me know if you want general or love. General or love. I'm letting you guys pick it today. General or love. General or love? You're welcome, my love. Love, okay. Hey, hey, hey. Just 1 second. I forgot something. And I promised them I wouldn't forget this time. And I was like, oh shit, I better go do it. It just kind of gets, sometimes it's easy to, when there's like a big list of, okay. All right. Crystal for love. Crystal for love. Crystal for love. Love for crystal. Crystal for love. Crystal for love. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's do, let's add a butterfly. You got a good mixture of cards here. Oh, okay. They want that one. All right. Here we go, my dear. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Let me tap you for a second. Okay, we're gonna have to change that feeling of not feeling worthy. Okay, it's like you feel worthy, and then a few days later, it's like this teeter-totter. You go back and forth. Sometimes being really self-secure and really independent and just a strong feeling, and then a couple days later you're feeling like, oh, I can't do this. It's, I don't deserve this. It's never going to happen for me. It's very key. People don't understand how key it is about the thoughts that go on in your mind, how important that really is, because that's how the universe reacts. It's going to react on what you're thinking, because you think more than you speak. You have more thoughts in a day than you have words in a day. So that's why the universe its job isn't to dictate whether or not, oh, well, this is good for Crystal. No, let's not do that, because she don't know what she wants. It's not good for her. They don't do that. It's very busy. So it's just in and out. Okay, that's what you think, that's what you want. Here, let me open up these pathways for that to happen, so you can attract a lot of what you're saying. Okay, so we need to watch that, because you are the creator of your universe. You really, guys, it's so key for you to understand that you really, really do create your world. And people don't get that, and they're like, no, there's no way. I did not make this happen to me, or this happened to me. In some way down the road you did, unfortunately. Because the law of attraction is real, and it really is real. What you manifest comes to you. So if things are messing up, then we have to just take responsibility of it and say, you know what, I'm going to take charge of this shit right now. This isn't happening anymore. I don't want this. Okay? So you can free yourself of those thoughts. Free yourself of those thoughts. Remember, you have to be what you want to attract. So, and this is why it's very important for people to understand, before you go jumping into a love relationship, let's make sure that we're okay. All right, let's make sure that we are in check, because what we are is what we're going to attract. Because if we are, if we're thinking, I'm not worthy, for an example, which you do think this quite often, when you think that, somebody that's worthy is not going to be drawn to you, because they're going to feel that energy and they're not going to want that. Because, you know, when two people come together, it's bringing something to the table. You both have something to offer. It shouldn't be, okay, well, here I am, here you are, you're screwed up, I'm screwed up, let's fix each other. That's not what a relationship's really supposed to be. Now, there are times during a relationship that you have to, you know, help each other through that. But initially, we're not each other's keeper. We're not each other's fixer-upper, right? So, once you free yourself of these thought patterns, because you do really good and then you drop off. You do really good and then you drop off. So, let's try to work on getting it consistent. Once you do that, then you're going to attract. Okay? Express your love. So, but that's got to be to yourself. So in order for you to get love, you have to love yourself. People that don't love themselves unconditionally have no business. And I repeat, and I'm sorry, I know this always pisses people off, but they have no business in a relationship. You have no business in a relationship if you don't love yourself unconditionally, because that means you're not loving that other person unconditionally. You have to love you before you can love me. You know what I mean? So you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. So express your love to yourself. Love on yourself, and you know, make yourself that queen that you are. You know, you are a queen, but you have to believe that. You have to make that happen. That's when new love's going to come around. That's when something worthwhile of keeping is going to come. And always remember to show gratitude, okay? Because you have to make sure that you show gratitude, because if you don't, then it'll be ripped away from you. That's a lot of times that's what happens to people when they get really high up. You know, they're up here, and then all of a sudden people fall. You see it all the time. That's because they forgot how to be grateful. You know, they forgot what it was like when they were here. Now they're here, and they're like, oh, well, I'm here now. Yeah, well, you know, it only takes air, a gush of wind to knock you back down, right? It only takes a hurricane to come through and fuck your whole world up and tear up everything you own, right? The same thing happens to us inside. So it says, you fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Sorry. And then it says, take the next step now. So it's time to just step forward. Everything that I'm telling you about this self-work and self-love, let's take these steps. Let's work on this. Let's try to get ourselves out of balance so we're not up and down, up and down. So that way you can draw love in. So we're going to take the steps. We're going to be grateful because we've got some new love coming in. But after we love ourselves completely and unconditionally, and we can free ourselves of these limiting beliefs and, you know, thought patterns that are destroying ourselves, because we realize we're the creator of our universe. Why? Because we know that we're worthy and we can do this. It's a $20 donation, and the cards are based on, or $20, at least $20 minimum donation, and then the cards are based on spirits. You can pick love or general. I hope that resonated, my love. Honey, I'm not a doctor, so I don't do, unfortunately, I don't, I mean, no psychic is a doctor. No psychic can tell you that stuff. If they tell you they can, they're lying to you, honey. Because we're not God. We can't do that. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I wish I had the powers to do that. But the reality is no psychic does. They can tell you what they, they can read you so they know what you want to hear, and they can tell you what you want to hear, but it's not really medical sound advice. You really should not come to a psychic for that kind of advice, okay? Yeah, so just, you gotta fake it till you make it, man. You push yourself and just, and when I mean fake it till you make it, I mean you just tell yourself, I got this, and you'll be scared shitless inside, and that's okay. It's okay. Be scared shitless. Not a problem. Not a problem. You know why? Because your thoughts are there, and that's what brings about change. For those of you wanting health, you need to understand that no psychic is a doctor. Okay? We don't have that kind of intuition, and seeing can tell a lot of things. But when you're talking about things that are outside of your power and there's more factors involved, you don't do, it doesn't make sense to do those kind of readings, honey, because all it takes is one little thing and it changes. So, I'm sorry, but, just being honest. I could take your money and I can intuitively read you and tell you what you want to hear, and you'll be happy tonight, but it's not really the truth. You know what I mean? And I'm not that way. All right, let me pull up my PayPal. We'll see. I'm sorry, I didn't have that up. I would just, stick with your doctor, because they're the ones that can do that for you, okay? And you want it to be a doctor. Kelly, are you here? All right, I got you, Sandra. Please tell me if you want love or general, and I've got Kelly in front of you. Kelly, love or general? I know what it's going to be for you. And I don't mean that in a rude way, so if it comes across that way, I'm sorry. I just want to be honest with you. I literally could say, oh yeah, I can tell you, and I'll intuitively read you and say, okay, she wants this, this, and this, so I give you that. I take your money, you go on about your business. But that's so wrong. And so many people do that to you guys. Okay, Kelly. Kelly. What do we got for Kelly? Hello. Thank you for joining. Please, guys, sharing is caring and caring is kind. Please share. Kelly. And then one of these. right. Miss Cure. Hey Shirley, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. All right, Kelly, here we go. We still need to work a little more on that loving what we see in the mirror, right? Having that self-love, that even though you are working on it and you've come a long way with it, we still have work to do there, because there's still self-doubt, and we don't want self-doubt, because self-doubt, what does self-doubt bring? Fear. What is doubt from? Fear. Fear brings self-doubt and distrust. The two little jerks, the three jerks, right, that we don't want. And so it's very important that you trust yourself. You're getting in tune, baby, so it's time for you to really focus on that intuition, that discernment, get there, so that way you can go further, because it's time for you to go further with this, as I always tell you. Self-love and mercy and grace, of course, is bringing about, you've got success coming to you, even though it doesn't feel like it because of some health things. It's still there, and even that's going to be knocked down eventually, but there's some trappedness up here that controls the physical. Remember that our chakras are connected to different areas of our body, and they play a good part, even in our spine and neck. Okay, so and I'm not saying it's going to completely fix it. I'm just saying that can help relieve, working on getting yourself balanced. You're still looking for truth. You're still kind of like, you have enough evidence to believe, but the truth that you're seeking is within yourself. The self-confidence. You want to see your own truth, right? But that's coming. It just comes exercising things, little at a time. That's what builds that. Because right here, bingo, psh, higher consciousness, right? Because this is what pushes us up to that level, right? We can get past our own restriction thoughts, and because we have, we restrict ourselves, but there's so much that we can tap into ourselves, and once we do that, it's like that waterfall. Because orbs, you're seeing orbs, you're going to see more of orbs, you're going to start seeing shadows, you're going to see more and more. So this isn't going away, because they want you to do something with this gift. And I've been telling you this for a while. So now they're going to start showing you more and more, so that way it can kind of like, oh my God, type of thing. Religion and spirituality, so we want to make sure that we don't get those two mixed up, right? And I think you've done really well with that. I think that there's times that you because the religion is embedded, so you kind of question, like, you just don't want to get in trouble, right? You don't want to get in trouble from the man upstairs. So that's understandable, but you're not, okay? Boundaries. Remember, this is very key for you. Remember that you set up boundaries with spirits. Okay, you set the rules. They have to respect your rules. And remember, as long as you keep yourself at a higher level, you don't have to worry about any, dynamic. demon spirit entities or anything like that, because they just, there's enough down here for them to feed on, you know. That's what you're worried about. You're worried about like being seen all the time and not having privacy, and if you tap into this, you know, are they going to jack with you all the time? And it doesn't have to be like that. You can set up boundaries. Empathy. And remember, it's very important that you show empathy, but you don't take people, cut that off. There's a boundary right there. You know, feel the, especially with spirit, and you know, you want to feel empathy, but then you want to pull back and, you know, not let it be a part of your essence, right? Because it's not your problem. You've done your part. You can't sit there and keep feeling it and feeling it. It says you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. So you feel other people's pain and stuff. Of course you do, because you're an empath. But just don't let it sink with you. It doesn't need to stay there. Boundaries. We're going to keep our boundaries up. You know, so that way you set the rules for spirit. All right. Religion and spirituality. We're going to make sure that we don't worry about this whole thing about, you know, getting in trouble, because it's just not going to happen, honey. Unless you do something demonic, or, you know, go start casting spells and some shit like that, you know. Otherwise, you're going to be just fine. Because they're not giving up. You're going to start seeing shadows. I think they're already starting to see shadows. If not, you will be, like this week, or within the next 2 weeks, you'll start seeing shadows if you're not already. And what I mean by shadows is like you'll see something move, and then there's nothing there, but you saw, it's like when somebody goes by you really quick, you'll be seeing that, and some more orbs, and little signs here and there. Keep working on raising your conscience level. You're doing a great job with that. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep exercising that muscle. And just stay focused on truth. Okay? Be careful that you don't get led astray by bogus information. Keep working on self-love, so that way you've got that flow coming in, and self-confidence, because you've got to love what you're looking at. You've got to have confidence. The same thing, fake it till you make it. But you're going to go this route. I mean, you can keep pushing it back and pushing it back, but it's going to be a tug of war, because they're not going to give up. They're not giving up this time. There's a reason. There's a reason they're not giving up on you this time. Usually when Spirit tries to come to us and we have this ability to connect, and then we decide not to, they go on about their business, and they wait till another catastrophe happens in our life, and then, you know, it opens up the door again. Not this time. They're determined to get you going. Psh, to the Holy Ghost. Don't worry. All right, I'm gonna pull a card for the crowd. Oh, thank you, Monica. Ooh. Let's do a butterfly. I hope that resonated, my love. Ooh. Kind of trouble, but it is and pop that bubble. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. So, give me emojis. Remember, sharing is caring and caring is kind. Good. I'm glad, honey. Could you, you know, I'm really proud of you. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. And then, Sandra, be ready. After I do this free card, then I'll do you. Just emojis. I'm not reading anything, guys. True. Don't worry. Be happy. You know, I'm so glad I came and joined you guys because I was so sad. Today's my husband's birthday and I was just crying off and on all day. But I came on here with you guys and see. Wanda, come back here. Wanda White. Wanda. Yeah, it can be love. Just give you fair warning. I give you a real love reading. A lot of people that read love, they know what you want to hear, and they're like, oh, I can feed her what she wants to hear, and she'll be happy. Not me. I'm gonna tell you what Spirit wants you to tell you, because I ain't fading that karma. Your money ain't worth all that for me. Sobriety. Whoa. Whoa. What do we got going on here? Ooh. Wanda? Okay, Wanda. This is you and someone else. So we got two people. Remember, when we hear the word sobriety, what do we think of? First thing, we think of drugs, right? But drugs is not the only addiction out there, guys. So we have alcohol, we have food, we have shopping, we have, you know, things of like that. Yes. Wanda, are we drinking a little too much? No, I haven't called anybody's name. I don't call names like that. It's, you have to do. My lives have changed a whole lot, Shirley. Yeah, gambling, that's a good one too. I mean, not a good one, but you know what I mean. But I do feel there's alcohol involved with you. Why am I feeling that, Wanda? Are both you and someone else drinking a little too much? Are you drinking so you can hang with them? Is that a yes? You're just giving me emojis. All I can say is, remember, we don't ever want to feel pressured that we have to hang. We got to just hang 2 or 3 times a week, okay? But that affects your work week, right? And it also affects your spiritual growth, honey. I'm not saying you can't drink. You know, anybody. I mean, if y'all want to drink some wine or you know have some drinks, mostly alone. But you have someone that entices you, right? So let's say you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to drink tonight, but then all of a sudden they call or you're like, hey, you know, and you're like, oh. Always when I'm on the live, they're like, you're like, oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm feeling. Just, honey, remember that it's gonna stunt your spiritual growth, okay? Because of the toxins that are in it, okay? So I'm not saying you can't have any. I'm just saying you might want to limit it to maybe once a week, or instead of 2 or 3 times, just make it 2, and then later make it 1, and then enjoy that, okay? But it's telling you to Hartune. What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means, but just kind of get oh, your bartender. Well, we want to that bartender's just wanting to make money. Remember that, okay? All right, so that's my message for you. And Brenda, I'm going to draw you a card real quick. I saw you did an emoji, so. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of times we do that just because we are alone. Maybe get involved in the groups. You know, but I know when I used to drink a lot, yeah, there you go. Just work on getting it back to once a week. Because, like, when I used to do that and you'd be so alone. I was like, fuck this. I'm so sad. Let me drink. But, you know, reality is you're making yourself worse, right? So, healing from the past, Brenda. Healing from the past. It's not an easy thing to do, my love, but it is necessary. Because it always seeps back through. It always comes back through. It never fades. It never completely goes away until we deal with it, and then we, you know, burn it away. Just consider, you know, of going in there and, you know, and just dealing with a few things so that way we can put those to rest and they don't come back to haunt you. Yeah. You know what? You need to come join the group, Wanda, and you need to also join Jessica's lives because she does crystal shows. You can watch that every night. You can watch me every night, then go watch her. We'll keep you busy. All right, Brenda, I hope that resonated, but it would be a good thing for you to do, honey. Just go in there and I haven't looked yet, baby. Give me 1 second. I'm fixing to do I hope that resonated. Okay. It'll just make you, you know, a lot more peaceful inside. It's hard as hell to do, I know. But remember, that's what you got me here for. Okay? Alright, Sandra. Give me an emoji. Let me know you're here and you're ready. And yes, Katie, I got yours. And I'll do you in a second. Oh, you're so sweet, Brenda. Thank you. Somebody give Wanda our the two groups. Tag her the two group. Alright, and then we need one of these. No, it's Wanda. Okay, ready? I got these cards upside down here. Right. I don't see her. Is she not here? Hey, Holly. Wanda, you need to come to the groups, okay? And we'll keep you busy. Because I go live and then Jessica goes live after me, and you can kill you can kill your whole evening with us two. And she's got a really good, awesome vibe too. And you don't have to spend money. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. She don't mind, she don't mind you going and hanging out and just being a part of the thing. All right, here we go. Heaven's door. We want heaven's door, right? And heaven's door is like the bliss. It's like, oh, I finally made it. It's like that contentment, that joy, peace, tranquility. That's what we want. But just because we want it isn't enough. You have to work for it. Okay? You can't sit there and just keep, saying, well, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. That's not how things work. In fact, the more that you act like that, then the more that you won't get what you're after. Okay? So you've got to really understand the impact that your thoughts have. And I say this over and over because it's true, and I would be a disservice to you guys if I didn't try to, embed it into your minds, because that's what changes your life. Yeah, you can get these readings and you can, do this or that, but it's only temporary. The real change is here, right? And you're going to have to stand in your faith more. You need to stand in your center and not waver. It's very important not to waver, because things happen, right? Things are going to happen. Tornadoes, tsunamis, deaths, jobs, car, kid issues. Things are just going to rock our boat. Things are going to tip our ship. But you have the hands of God there that's always going to tip you back. You have Gaia, you've got the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you call them, it doesn't matter. But you know, it's, don't worry, he's always going to have you. They all are always going to have you, okay? Now, as for love, we're going to need to forgive and learning is what you got here. So, and I'm getting that you really need to do some forgiveness yourself and another person. So, are you involved, or have you been involved until recently with someone? Guys, have you seen those other water bottles Jessica's got? You can screw off the bottom and put your own crystals in there. Man, to die for. Been single for 3 years. Oh, you just met someone. Okay. Then that makes sense. Okay. Before you go head into this, I want you to forgive yourself and learn how to love yourself unconditionally, because you still beat yourself up for previous stuff, and as long as we're doing that, it's going to bleed into our relationship. And you don't want to do that, okay? Because you've got a lot of chemistry with this person. So, something could be built. But just remember, just because there's chemistry there, doesn't mean it's going to last. It takes work of yourself, not on the relationship. It shouldn't be the relationship. You know, and I get it that you're ready to, you want to be in this relationship, you don't want to be alone, you're tired of being alone, you want to have that person to spend time with, and yada yada yada, right? But it's important that we get ourselves in check, because we can push people away. Alright, and we can lose good opportunities because we're not in check. Just because we're drawing somebody that's decent doesn't mean we can keep them if we're not got ourselves in check, okay? So, forgiving yourself and stuff like that will help. Alright? Because this guy could be the one. He really could be the one. Unfortunately, you guys have been lied to so much, and it saddens me when it comes to this love stuff, okay? And what I mean by that is everybody they have filled you guys with this fantasy that you're just going to meet someone and it's just going to be instant, and you're just going to which, let me back up. It can be instant. You'll know whether or not you have, if they're like a soulmate, but a soulmate isn't always a sexual partner. I mean, half my team that works for me are my soulmates. That doesn't mean I'm in a relationship with them. You know what I mean? So a soulmate is somebody that you resonate with from the get-go. It feels like you've known them all your life, or maybe you've known them in another life. You just have that connection and you know it, okay? That's a soul connection. If we're lucky enough to meet someone like that and have sex with them, you're blessed. But it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen that much. Everybody's like, oh, I want to meet my twin flame. You are your twin flame. Okay? You will meet that other half of you, But you got to figure out and realize you are your own twin flame. You have to balance your yin and your yang before that that can happen for you. So that's why I'm saying when we meet someone, even if they could have potentially been that person, it can go away just as fast as it came if you're not got yourself in check. So you've already met this person and you're not in check. So what I would tell you is just go very slow and on the side, get to working on yourself. Get busy. Okay? Because if you don't, things that have happened in the past are going to come in and fuck up this for you. That's what happens every time we have stuff from previous relationships we haven't dealt with and come to terms with. We bring that baggage into our new relationship. And if that person is worth anything, they will not stick around. Now people say, well, that's not true. If they loved me and if they were meant for me, that they'd stand by me. No. That kind of loyalty is earned over time. That doesn't come just because you two hooked up. They don't just automatically get that right. So just try to, do that work on yourself on the own, because you don't have a whole lot of it to do. There's not a whole lot there, but there are some. And if you don't, honey, you mark my words, it's going to come in and jack with this relationship. And this guy could be the one, so you don't want to fuck it up by some stupid crap that happened years and years ago, right? And then transformation, because this is going to transform your life completely, right? You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Let me repeat that. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And then keep the faith, which you had that card already. Didn't you just have that card? Didn't I tell you to keep the faith? This is your clarifier. So keep the faith. Always, always, always keep the faith. Even when shit is just like hitting the fan. Keep your faith. You're going to be transforming. This guy could be the one for you, baby. He really could be. Because y'all got some great chemistry, but you've got some forgiveness and stuff that you got to deal from the old relationship. So you're not bringing into that. And we need to keep our faith. We need not to waver. Remember, anything that goes back and forth is eventually going to break. It's going to give. It's too much pressure on the foundation. Right? Too much pressure. It's going to eventually snap. And then that'll take you to heaven's door, which is what you're wanting. You're wanting that, psh, right? You're wanting that aha. You're wanting that surreal. And you can have that. But, you can't have it if you got old stuff hanging around. You just can't. People try, and then what happens? They end up breaking up and doing it all over again and going around the mountain all over again. So, there you go. Psh. I hope that resonated, my love. All right, let me do one free card, and then I'll go to my next paid one. And then, what time is it? I'm going to do the group reading after this last paid. Emojis, guys. Just emojis. Please let me know if that resonated, baby. Shiba, Shiba, Shambo. Yeah. Good. And you're an awesome girl. I've read you before. Now it just hit me that I have done a deep read on you. Huh. Because guys, to be honest, unless I read you on a consistent basis, I let that stuff go. I don't hang on to it. Monica, come here, Monica. Monica, individuality. Keep your individuality. I thought so. Because your energy felt familiar. Once I started getting into it, because I'm really bad with names and faces, to be honest. Well, it's not a really good face, but you know what I mean? Because it's on this little bitty thing very far over there. But names I'm horrible with. But once I really got into your energy, it was ringing in my head. You've read her. You've read her. Individuality, Monica. Individuality. And this is just a reminder, baby. Just to, you know, you've dealt with being kind of picked at for being a little different. Don't worry about that shit. You know what I mean? It's important to be different. It's important to be yourself. Just be yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're an amazing person. Okay? So just stick with that. Don't. If you get around some people that are wanting you to change something, get away from them, okay? Unless it's you're hurting somebody or you're doing something bad, okay? It says, you leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. I saw somebody asked about the group. Yes, guys, I have 2 groups. One I manage and then one is mine. And yes, mine is a learning development, and you can even practice reading in there. In a support group, we're kind of like a family in there. So feel free to join that. It's Awakening Your Soul. The ladies will put that down there. And then the other group is a group where you can get free readings. You can post for a reading, or you can give readings. Just have to follow a couple guidelines. So that's like your normal reading group, or mine is a learning and development. That's right, baby. You are awesome. You have really beautiful energy, my love. Okay? All right, so Christy, I can do a love reading. I don't answer questions unless you want to pay extra for pendulum, my dear. But I will do love cards. Shiva, 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 Shambho. And then we'll do the group reading after this. So don't leave, guys, because I'll do a big group reading, okay? Did I do you already? Why, did you buy something, Rebecca? I'm sorry, I didn't see that you bought something. So, I don't know if I was I supposed to do you and you paid through and we missed it? Is that what you're saying? Oh, thank you, Angel. All right, Christy, give me for Christy. Okay. Okay. There. All right. asked, are you doing free mediumship? No angry faces, guys. You can, no, you don't have to buy. Buying guarantees a reading, and it gives you, you know, a in-depth reading. I pick people out of the crowd that I'm drawn to. Mediumship, I'm very picky about my mediumship, okay? Because I'm just very careful who I do mediumship with. Spirit comes in on a live, I will always deliver the message. I won't ever hold a message back. But I will only go into so much on a live. And Spirit knows that. I mean, my guides know that. But I'll deliver the message, whatever their message is. But just know that I do both. I always give away free readings, and I also take donations for readings. But usually when people hear about donations, they run off, right? Because everybody just wants to jump on the live, get a card, and move on to the next. Give me my card. Shit, let me go. Doesn't happen like that here. All right. Christy. Playfulness. And I was told, I gave your angel cards are behind your love cards. Earlier, it was the angel cards in front of the love cards, but they want it. Like I said, you know, I do the spread however Spirit wants me to do on the live. Know that the energy that this guy that your energy is connected to is he likes to play games, honey. He likes to play. Oh, try before you buy. No, honey. I don't do the try before I buy. Trust me, I've got hundreds upon hundreds of video and proof and hundreds of reviews on my page. I've got like 7,000 that follow me. No, I don't do the try before you buy. You can check me out. I have enough to prove myself. And I'm a approved reader in over 30-something groups. So, Chrissy, is this guy, have you guys gone back and forth? Does he like to play games? I'm getting that he likes to play games. Sarah, baby, you can tell him. He'll, trust me, he hears you. He really does. I promise he does. He's still there with you. There's always a piece of him with you guys. Yes. Please talk to him. Okay. Yes, I pushed him away too many times, and this time he left. He likes attention. Okay. Because that's what I'm getting, that he's very playful. He likes to play games. this is going to be one of those things of like, well, what do you want? What are you willing to put up with? What about your boundaries are you willing to take down? Because that's what you're going to have to do with him. Anybody that craves attention is playing games, because that's a mind game. Needing attention is a lack of self-worth. Okay? Please know that. Okay? Someone secure in themselves, they don't have to have attention. Actually, the more secure people are, the less they want it. But in a relationship, though, it would be more. I'm just telling you what I feel. I'm feeling a lot of game playing going on, and you got the flirt card. So we've got not only game playing going on, but we've got flirting. So I would definitely, if that's you doing that, then I would end it, stop it. But I'm really feeling that he's playing games too. Some mind games there. Y'all should be a lot more secure than what you are. Your next card is pay attention to red flags. Sometimes, and this is why, guys, you have to be very careful when you come to me for a love reading, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to tell you this stuff that you want to hear like other readers. I'm going to tell you what I get. Sometimes we just settle, right? Because we don't want to be alone. We got somebody laying next to us. We've got our solid piece of ass, or we've got finances, or we've got material, or whatever the case may be, right? And we're secure in that, so we don't pay attention to the things that we should be paying attention to. We're not paying attention to the signs and the red flags. And then when something happens, then we look back and we're like, oh yeah, you know what? When he did this, or when she did this, it didn't sit right with me. So, that's why I was saying, it's okay, guys. He's not bothering me. Please don't. He was really not. You guys with your comments, okay? So just stay focused here. It was my lack of trust. I pushed him away too many times, and he always came back. But I realized my mistakes too late. Okay, so you're the red flags are the red flags. It doesn't matter who's doing them. Okay? It doesn't matter who's doing them. Red flags are red flags. And this is going to be the roller coaster, because this is going to be the ride that every time we get in a relationship with somebody, it's like a ride. right? Because we're going to have our peaks and we're going to have our low times. Peaks and low times. You know how, like, if you go to Six Flags, there's all these different rides to choose from, and we all kind of got our favorite ride? Or some of us don't even like rides, right? We're cool with the log ride. But even then, we have our favorite ride. And so we have our heights, you know, where it builds us up. That's where all the sex and everything is just right. You know, and everything's just, you know, you're looking at the phone and everything's just, the infatuation stage. And then we have where, you know, now we've plummeted. And now it's just like smothering, lack of trust, pushing away, red flags, whatever the case may be. And then you've got the leveling out. And then it goes again. Let me tell you something. That is marriage. That is life. Why? Because we're human. All right? We're not supposed to stay at this high peak at all times in a relationship. It doesn't work that way because it's two people. So the red flag, this is just the way this relationship is. You're not where you need to be able to hold a relationship down. You've got too much insecurities and too much going on inside of yourself to hold that relationship. So if you really want to make things right with this guy and try to fix it, then my suggestion to you would be to do some inner work and deal with what is causing you to push people away. Why are you doing that? Why are you a flirt? Why are you doing these things to destroy your relationship? Because there's a reason there. We don't just do actions like that for no reason. There's something that's happened in our inner child. It's something we've got in our shadows that is causing us to react like that. And it's probably some sense of fear. Majority of the time, that kind of behavior comes from fear. And that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having it. Everybody's got something back there that they have to go deal with. If they didn't, if they never got their mind closed off, then that would be a different story. But every one of us got our mind closed off at some point in time. Right? Because we started out with this open mind, this openness, this unconditional love, this euphoria state. And then society, parents, school, whatever, coaches, friends, whatever, something happens and it locks us down. And it changes everything. So we have to go back to that time and figure out, okay, what is it? What happened? And then try to reapproach. Intuitively, I'm getting that when you do that work for yourself and you do get that taken care of and you're more secure, he's not going to be the one that really catches your eye. You're going to be drawn more to getting something different. And then engagement. And an engagement is not meaning engagement to be married here. Engagement means you need to have the relationship needs to have the engagement on both ends. I'm not saying he's perfect either. He's got his energy. He's not right where he needs to be in there. Both of you, like I said earlier, when you start a relationship, you both should have something to bring to the table, to bring together to build something great. You know? This is what's going to move you towards the light, is the inner work. And you will have someone with you, right? We will have someone with us on that path. Right now, the energy is just so intertwined and negative that it's not clear to know whether that's going to be the person or not, because we have free will. No psychic is a fortune teller. If they tell you they are, they're a liar. Nobody can see the future. We can tell you what the energy feels like if you keep going on the path you are on right this minute and you do not change a fucking thing. One little thing changes, everything changes. So don't ever think or believe or fall for that line that they can tell you the future, because it's not true. Because of that. And the reason why I say that to you is because you can make this go whichever way you want it. You really have the power to make that happen. But you're going to have to do the work on yourself first to make it happen. Okay? And family changes. So this right here is when you go in and you deal with your past, it's going to totally do a dynamic change with your family because of what's happened, what I'm feeling. And there's some things I don't throw out on a live because of, we are on a live, but just some things that I energetically and remotely see. Once you go in there and you deal with that stuff, it's going to change your family dynamics, because it should have been dealt with your family back then, and it's not. So you're going to have to do it on your own now. So we're going to have to do that, so we can be moving towards the light, and we can have our own engagement with life. We need to have our own engagement with life, not because we have someone with us to engage it with us, not because okay, now I have someone, so now I can go to the movies. Well, if you're single, oh, I can't go to the movies, I'm single. No, go to the movies. You want to go see a movie, go see a movie. It gives a shit if somebody's with you or not. Is it bad? Do you have a little bit more fun? Maybe. But, you have to be engaged in your life based on it being by yourself. Because let me tell you something. Today is my husband's birthday. This is be his 3rd birthday in heaven. And I don't care how your relationship is, whether it's good or bad or indifferent. One of y'all are going to die first. Very seldom do you both die at the same time together. So with that being said, is you have to learn how to be you apart from anyone else. You have to have your own identity and not base your identity and the things that you like and the things that you want to do and the things of that nature on on someone else. And I know this because I did that with my husband. When my husband died, I was freaking lost. I had no idea who I was. I was so intertwined with him, and I changed everything about me to suit him. And I'm not talking bad about him, but you know what I mean. I molded myself to him. He didn't have to mold too much because I did it all. Then when he was gone, I was like, shit, who am I? Now you're already going to lose that identity anyway. Being a widow is just like, I can go on a totally different tangent there. But you want to be able to have your own identity. You want to love you so much that you have someone to love you with. Somebody write that down. I probably won't remember. You want to love yourself so much that you want to have somebody to love yourself with. Okay? Because you're not paying attention to the red flags. You're taking all the responsibility and you're taking all the blame. And energetically, I know it's not just you. Okay? There's flirting going on and too much playfulness, too many games. So you're going to have to figure out what it is that you want and what you're willing. Okay. I hope that helped, and I hope that resonated. But you know that it was his death that caused me to go backwards, and because his death brought me here to do what I'm doing. And then once I got here and I'm doing what I'm doing and I developed my program, I had to do it myself. I can't do it with somebody else if I haven't done the work myself, right? So I had to go back and do that work. So now when I get into something, I know that will there be some things I'll adapt? Hell yeah, because you want to be text that to me, please. I need to write that down. You're welcome, my dear. Because you want to be adaptable, right? You don't want to be this stuck up and be like, well, no, I don't like that. I mean, you want to give and take, but you also want to be you. You don't want to give. And how many of you guys can say that you've done that, where you've been in a relationship and you just didn't want to eat Chinese again, right? You didn't want to eat it again, but you said, yeah, just to make him happy. There's nothing wrong with that, but you've done it the last 10 times. So where's the give and take? There's not. It's just take, take, take. That's why you gotta, it's balance. Everything is balance. The one thing I've learned, the biggest lesson I've learned, and I tell you over and over, is self-love, and unconditional love, unconditional grace, mercy, and balance. Balance is key. Without balance, nothing in your life is gonna work right. It's just not. Every part of your life has to have balance. It's not just, I balance my life. No, you need to balance your work life. You need to balance your love life. You need to balance your spiritual life. You need to balance your father life, whatever. Every single role that you have in life, every single role that you do needs balance. It's not a one-all balance. So, I'm sorry, honey. I know that's quite not quite what the reading that you wanted to hear. And I can feel your disappointment, and I'm very sorry. But unfortunately, I just have to deliver. I'm just a messenger. I have to deliver what Spirit tells me to deliver. See why I don't offer love readings very often? Because it gets deep quick. It gets real deep quick. Did I get the promotion? I'm in need of a reading. Oh, I'm not doing pendulum questions, honey. Alright, guys, let's do our group reading. This reading is for everybody. All energies. All energies. Calling all energies. Woo, woo. I don't know why it's a Chinese food, because that would have really... But, you know what I mean. It's kind of like... Well, we give that away, right? Oh, whatever you want. Whatever you like. And then they say what they like, and then it's like, well, shit, I didn't want that. But you said whatever. Make up your mind. Balance. Balance, damn it. Balance. I'm not going to bother the love card. Yeah. It's just because we've been taught. If you were... Now, I'm not saying everybody did not get taught this, because there are some people whose parents have taught them how to unconditionally love themselves, that they love their children unconditionally. But it's not as many as you think, because people are more awake now than ever. So let's do. Woo. So, if you want to be the change, do you really want to change the world? Everybody's talking all this different shit you can do, right? Yeah, we don't want to litter. Yeah, we want to do this. We want to do that. But if you really want to change the world, love yourself unconditionally and show yourself unconditional grace and mercy. Because when you do that to yourself, that's what you give others. When you give that to others, then you give them self-love. If they don't have it, they want what you have. So you are inspiring other people to love themselves unconditionally just by your actions. So if you really want to bring about change to the world, love yourself unconditionally. Psh, amen. Oh. All right. One of these. Okay, here we go. This is for everyone. All aboard. All aboard. Here we go. Power. Power. We have the power to do whatever we want. Let me look at this real quick. The guilt and regret makes it so hard. That's why I believe it's the hardest. That's right. Why? Because of society. And why do you think that is? If y'all want to even go deeper, why do you think that is? Because if you love yourself unconditionally, you understand you have power. If you understand you have power, then you will bring about change. You will not allow all the corruption to go on. If you get people in masses that love themselves unconditionally, they can see through all the bullshit. They're no longer sheeps. So it's instilled in us. It's broken off. That's why you have to go back to the inner child and work on the inner child and work with your shadows. Why? Because it's instilled through the school system, the church system, the parenting system. It's instilled so that way it's designed for it to be that way. So you're not awoke. That way you don't cause any trouble. Because things are fine the way they are without you coming in here and teaching people that they got power and that they got they can control things with their mind. Guys, if you really want to enlighten yourself, go to Netflix and watch The Secret. That shit is real. So that's why the elite. Why do you think it took forever for people to be able to read and write? And when people could read and write, who was it? It was the select few, right? Because how are we going to have slaves? We even say, okay, we don't have slaves now. Bullshit. Bullshit. The clock that you go to work back and forth 8 hours a day, you already in your slave. You are enslaved. You are enslaved. You may not be a slave to what we know as a definition of a slave, but mentality-wise, you're still a slave, because you can't do anything on your own. You are working under someone else's thumb, which is fine if that person you're working under allows you to grow and become the best person you can be. But that's not the case most of the time, is it? They want you to keep doing the same thing you've been doing. Here, let me throw you a quarter. Oh, you've been here a couple years. Here's a quarter. Thank you. I'm telling you guys, that's why I tell you, and I don't talk about all the stuff I know, because people would be going, oh shit, she's going off her rocker. But when you get awoke, that awakening, that's when you start seeing shit for what it really is. Not only in your own life, but your environment. Everything around you. And how much you have played into it. And how much your sucky reality is, unfortunately, your own fault. And that is a hard thing to accept and embrace and admit. Most people won't. Because it's always somebody else's fault, right? But when you do that, and that's the way society, oh, you poor thing. Oh, you're depressed. Oh, your parents. Oh, this. Oh, that. And then, of course, so you're in this mode. Yeah, But it doesn't have to be that way. You have the power to make it whatever in the hell you want it to be. And that's some powerful information. Which brings us to our card, because it's power. We have the power to do. I'm not going to say, it's going to happen overnight. I'm not going to say you're going to blink your eyes like Tabitha on Bewitched and it's going to happen. No. And you know what? Sometimes you might have to be working that clock, punching that time card while you're working on your little thing over here on the side until you can take off with it. But if you want to stay right there punching the clock, that's okay too. Not everybody can be a business owner, right? Because not everybody wants to discipline themselves. Being a business, everybody wants to be a business owner, so I can set my own hours and I can make my money. I can do what I want. No, can you be disciplined? Can you do without? Can you sacrifice? Can you put in extra hours and not get paid? There's a lot to being a business owner. People just look at the, the perks, and they want that. Well, you don't get that shit until a couple of years later. So can you go a couple of years of hardcore Roman noodles and, Roman noodles and fried potatoes? I don't know. You know what I mean? Generic shampoo, generic laundry soap. Can you do that? Can you sacrifice? Are you just oh no, I can't. Oh no. Well, if you can't sacrifice, then don't bitch that you don't have something, because everything takes a sacrifice. I put up a post the other day and I freaking love it, and I'm gonna put it up more than one time. And most of my memes, I don't do that. But it says, if you have time to bitch and complain about the way your life is, then you have time to write in a journal, meditate, and do something. Just saying. But anyway, let's get back to our group read, because I can go on. You guys know me. I can go on my tangents. I would be here a whole nother hour. Okay, power. We have power. You guys have the power. You've got not only do you have the power within you, you've got a whole spiritual football team behind you. You just need to know who your players are and where to put them so they can be of best service to you. You've got the power of the divine. You've got power all around you to have whatever you want. You also have the strength. Some people have a lot of power, right? They could be rich with a lot of power, but they don't have the strength. How many times do we see celebrities kill themselves or OD? Why? Because they don't have the strength to handle the power. You got to make sure that you focus on getting yourself right so you can handle the power. Because with power, what comes with power? It's just not all, butterflies and unicorns. It's also demons and bats. Demons and vampires. Okay, they come with it too. With every progress, there'll be another thing to conquer. With every movement up, there'll be another problem. So there's never even the richest people in the world have a ton of problems. They may not be our kind of problems, but they have problems. Hell, half the people around them don't even love them. They're surrounded by nobody. And then there's some people that are rich, that are powerful. They have a lot of strength. They're doing good things with it. They're taking this opportunity. They're pulling up their bootstraps and they're doing something with it. You could be that person. And when you do those two things, it brings about joy. And joy, under joy, all else falls, right? Happiness, peace, tranquility, serenity. All of it falls under this 3-letter word, joy. The most important word in our alphabet besides love, mercy, and grace. It's number 4. But we have to keep ourselves grounded. Grounding is key. Oh, I don't have time to ground. Oh, I just don't have time for that stuff. It doesn't work for me. It never works for anybody right away. Is there anything that you've ever done that works the first time you freaking do it? The first time you rode a bicycle, were you able to just jump on it and take off and go down the road? No. So you have to, if your mind wanders, it wanders. Bring it back. It's okay. You're strengthening your mind. Grounding helps the confusion. When you're confused or you've got bad emotions, what do you need to go do? You need to go ground. Go outside. Breathe some air. Stand next to a tree. Sit with your base of your spine up against a tree. Do something outside. Be true to you. Be true to you. Because at the end of the day, that's all you really have. I'll be here as long as I can. But I will die. Just like you will die. So you have to be true to you. Don't be true to me. Because I'm going to leave you one day. Or you're going to leave me. You see what I mean? You have to be true to you. And if I love you, then I want you to be the best person you can be. That's what love is. Is helping somebody be the best person they can be, sometimes with or without you. And then virtue. Virtue. Love is a virtue, right? You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Be true to you. So you can, if you're true to you, if you love you, then you can love me. But you can't love me if you don't love you. You can't be true to you if you can't be true to me. You can't be faithful and true to me if you can't do that to yourself. You can't tell me truth if you're lying in your head. You think that exempts you from being a liar because the words don't come out of your mouth, but everything in your head's a lie? No, it's a lie. A lie is a lie. A lie is a lie. It doesn't matter where in the hell it's coming from. Stay grounded. Okay? When you feel emotional or you feel like you don't feel secure or you feel like you're overwhelmed or got anxiety, then go ground. Allow yourself to feel joy. Some of us don't even know how to accept that. Believe that you have strength so you can achieve your strength. You know? Because you have the power to make your life whatever you want it to be. Wow, I got deep voice. Your spirit just be talking some shit tonight. Woo! Spirit be like, rah, 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 rah. My good old buddies, the spirits. They be talking all kinds of stuff. So, guys, a lot of people jumped off of that one real quick after that finished. They're like, this lady's crazy. I hope that helped with you guys. I really do, because I'm telling you, I mean, that's why I focus on trying to help you guys be the best you can be, because that's my job. My job is to get you to love yourself unconditionally so you can go out and love others unconditionally. And we can start the domino effect together. I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to make my little dent. You know? I'm just here to make my little dent. I'm here to dent your car, baby. I'm going to put a big old whammer on the side of your car. Oh. Yeah, it's so true, Charlie. So true. Guys, you know, I think I'm going... I thought about this the other day, and I just didn't do it. Maybe I should play The Secret. And you know how we were doing Lucifer? I wonder if we could get away with that with The Secret. Since it's on Netflix, it should be on YouTube, right? So we're going to check that out. And if so, I'll play it in the group and we can watch it together. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Because it really is good. And you kind of get more out of it if you do it with more than somebody. Thank you. It was a pleasure to read for you guys, and you know, forgive me when I get passionate. It you know, it just comes out that way. But I'm gonna check and see if it is. Then we just might do that, and that would be good. It's a show, really. It's a show. The book is better, to be honest with you. But they did get some good people to speak on behalf, so it's okay. It does get the point across. It's The Secret. So, like I said, if it's on Netflix, and it should be on YouTube, and if it's on YouTube. But I would like to do it like a watch party. I forget her name. To be honest. Right now, off the top of my head. But I would like to do it as a watch party so we can all kind of be there and, you know, kind of like we're all together watching it. So anyway, so there we go, guys. That's tonight. Live. Thank you so much. Please come join my group, Awakening Your Soul. It's a learning development support group and a practice group. If you the show is, but the book isn't. The book is more until the other group, the collective source. So if you want to get a free reading or you'd like to give one, you can go over there and post in there. If you would like a personal reading, feel free, TanyaLee.com. If you would like to, you know, work with me on issues, I have a program that works with your inner child and shadow work, and I'll be happy to work with you. You can see that on my website as well. I don't know if I'll do a live tomorrow, because tomorrow I go back to working at the community, cooking the community meal, and so I kind of get home late. And I'm not sure about Thursday, because Thursday's my birthday, so I don't know if my kids have anything planned or not. So we will see. But I'm definitely going live Friday from Online Psychic online psychics page, we're going to stream because I'm going to be hosting and going live. So it's kind of exciting. So anyway, but I will come live tomorrow during the day before I go to work. Okay? Mwah. Hasta luego. Dios quiere. Namaste. I'll see you later, God willing. Adios.